Why don't you always do that? You don't have to go that to me.
Yeah.
It can be like Tuesday night. You don't have to have me on the screen.
There you go. It's all yours.
Okay, here I am again. It's Monday. No, that's supposed to be Sunday, isn't it?
It could be Monday.
What did they used to? Oh, drag racing.
Yeah, Thompson Dragway, I think.
Thompson? I don't know.
Yeah, out of Michigan, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
They used to do it at Dragway 42, though. That's defunct now. Okay, well, see, we're talking about racing.
I'm not sure.
Imagine
I'm not
that.
Sure
Tonight we're talking about racing, and I'm talking about drag strips.
I don't think it is defunct.
I think they brought it back.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's anybody on our guest list tonight that races on a drag strip.
I don't know.
I don't know.
But I do have a question. Is that a quarter mile or is that an eighth mile?
Patty Gilbert, do you have glasses? Oh, speaking of Patty Gilbert, is Mac going to dance at the Heartland picnic this September? I don't know about doing the dancing queen thing. Maybe we should have a contest. I told him not to quit his day job, but that's right. He's not working anymore, is he? Miss Considerate Joy, how are you, sweetheart? Dutch from Holland, Salon Girl, Royal Amethyst. Hi, Miss Mandy. I hope you're feeling better. Mama Z. Gosh, we got them all. We are at 50. Kyle, you used to race. What did you race?
We are at 52 and climbing.
Round or what? Daryl still is a diehard dirt track fan. In fact, he used to race dirt track. Hello, Miss Terry. Well, Mac's not on tonight, so he can't sing. But he may sing at the picnic in October. Who knows?
Who can't sing?
Oh, I'll have to show it to you on Facebook. Miss Gracie, how are you doing?
Because the phone lines will be open.
That's true. Patty, he can call in and sing. No, he can't sing. You won't be monetized.
Well, it depends on what he sings.
Or if he sings on key.
If it's his own original, we're good.
No, he was with a karaoke machine.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Grace, the grandgirls and Smudge are doing just fine. I'm going to message their mother, and hopefully she'll let me have them this weekend. So, because Daryl bought them each violin last night. A real, full-blown violin. They've never touched one in their life. No, Papa doesn't spoil them at all. Okay. Enough about me yakking. Hey, Bub. We have 2 ladies and a guy.
Yeah. They're over in the pink room.
In the pink room? Well, that's what his shirt is pink, I think, also.
Yeah, they're over in the pink room.
In the pink room?
Yeah, matches the car.
And they're from...
Where are they from?
Mississippi.
They are.
Can you spell it?
Mississippi.
Very good. Very good.
I've probably been spelling that for 50 years.
Yeah, but remember when Kaylee learned how to spell it?
Yeah.
Kaylee's our 10-year-old granddaughter. And when she learned how to spell Mississippi last year,
everybody in the world learned how to spell it.
On one of our trips with them, she went home and that's all she did all day long for like weeks was spell Mississippi until her mom and dad finally said, "Shut up, we've heard it enough."
Well, anyway.
Let's bring them out.
Yeah, we got these 3 sitting over here, so here they be.
Yeah.
Say hi, folks.
Hey, everybody. What's going on, everybody? How are y'all?
So, how warm is it?
These folks, we get to see in another month.
Yeah.
Month and a half.
How warm is it?
It's been a beautiful day down here. Beautiful.
It wasn't too bad up here. It was nice up here today.
Yeah,
and yesterday.
We broke 50 today.
Yeah.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah, for Ohio, that's pretty good.
I'm impressed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's warm for there.
Uh-huh.
Did you hoe the garden?
Are you crazy? You can't even get a shovel into the garden. No, ground's too hard.
Well, it might not be because of the rain.
All the rain, yeah.
So, but it's definitely too muddy, too messy.
Yeah, be attacked by weeds.
Maybe I can go out and drown that groundhog in some mud.
No, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen.
I try to get somebody, a sniper, to take him out.
Well, if we live just a little bit further out, I could do that. Legally, I can dispose of an animal like that here legally, but we have some neighbors that would not appreciate it, and
Yeah.
I'm sure they would be on the phone
We have the
instantly.
the biatch that lives behind us. It was all fine before he got married. As soon as oh yeah, she's a sweet.
Isn't it always?
Well, we're allowed to burn where we are. We're allowed to burn, and we always did a burn pile, even at our other place. And the first time we did that, once they were married, she called the fire station.
And continues to call the fire station
And
at any time.
continues, even on their new neighbors. If somebody tries to burn something, she'll call the fire station. Karma.
Oh,
All I
good.
can say is karma.
And of course, the fire department
right.
comes.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know, the fire department comes up and they say, "Well, technically you can burn unless it's a nuisance."
But she's a nuisance. We can't do anything about her.
But her nuisance is causing me not to be able to burn.
Exactly. So have you have a greenhouse, don't you, Mimsy?
I do. It's got to have recovering put on it. Last year, this fall, a storm came through and just obliterated the plastic.
So do you have any plants started? Because I know you sell them. I know that's part of your business.
Oh yeah, both sides of me here inside the house is just loaded with seedlings that are a few inches tall already. Yep. Looking pretty, ready to go, just about.
So
Our last frost date is March the 13th through the 18th, somewhere in there. So we're early to get ours out.
Yeah, there's seedlings to the right of me. There's seedlings to the left of me.
I could just see the look on Daryl's face if I did that, just like yours.
He doesn't know it, but there's seedlings on his side of the bed right now.
Yeah. I'm surrounded by
really.
seedlings.
Not really.
If I had the decent windows, I'd probably do it. But where we are, I don't. There's too much shade.
yeah, we have a lot of shade around the house and no good south windows.
I have decent windows back in the back, but I have my plants sitting there.
Yeah,
my house plants.
and those are only to the west.
Yeah.
I mean, if
But that's where the sun comes in.
so.
Well, I'm using LED grow light, not grow lights, but shop lights, and utility shelving in the house, because that's the only way to get this amount of seeds going
Mm-hmm.
at this time. So hopefully in the next 5 years, we'll have a commercial greenhouse here.
Cool.
That's the plan. I want to pay for it as I go, though. I don't want to be in debt to anything.
Yeah. See, we're not allowed any more buildings.
Well, let's
We are up to our limit according to the township.
Let's talk about this for just a minute.
What are we
Mimsy,
talking
aren't you somewhat of a new gardener?
A very new gardener.
She is a master gardener.
She
She jumped into that puppy head feet first.
Well, that's where I was going to go with that. I mean, not only did you decide to do a garden, you jumped into the master gardener class and went through all that and got all your education and so.
I'm still studying and learning every day. Yeah. Because you can get a certification and still not know jack. I'm just going to say it.
Amen.
And doing it organically.
Yeah. The Master Gardener program teaches a little bit of organics, but not enough. And so I've had to do a lot of studying and trial and error. That's the main thing.
Well, they actually asked, if I'm correct on this, you can correct me. They actually, some of the teachers actually asked her, would she be willing to come to some of the schools and stuff and give a lecture on the organic, because she was the only organic in her class at that time.
Very nice. We have
The only one, but I was the only.
We already have a question for you, Anna.
Pursuing it.
Anna Sherry Nations wants to know, how much do you get for one plant?
Well, it depends on the size. If it's like the 4-inch pots, or if it's in the 6-cell tray, I'm sticking basically close to what the box stores and the local area feed stores here ask. because I didn't want to come in way above and knock myself out of business, but I didn't want to go way below and then them undervalue what I'm doing. So I'm kind of, for these first couple of years, just hanging with that, and then we'll go from there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, at least get your customer base. And then
Right.
then they know you're better than the box stores and Home Depot and Menards and whatever, and they'll
Well, what
pay
I
your
did-
price.
Last year, I gave away about 450 plants instead of selling them, just to kind of get myself out there a little bit.
I
Did
understand.
that. So I have orders for this year.
Good.
I can get more orders. I mean, I can take them.
Plus,
But I do have-
you can
yes.
you can plant earlier than we can.
Right.
I mean-
and longer.
Yeah. Plus,
We have a good long growing season.
it's always been said we shouldn't be planting till after Memorial Day, after
Yeah.
Mother's Day.
Yeah.
You know, if I start seeds now, they're going to be too leggy. I mean, it's only February. So I just sort of drool over everybody else doing it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Unless
I'll try
I
to bring something to the gathering.
to the gathering. Yeah, unless I do like herbs, and that way I can use them. That would be fine. But you know, actual vegetable plants is sort of ridiculous for me to start now, and I don't have a greenhouse, so why bother?
So what's your favorite thing to grow?
Yeah, Anna's a plant pusher. You got that right.
Yeah, the plant pusher. That's right. My favorite things to grow are peppers and tomatoes. Really, all kinds of tomatoes. I like to grow the unusual things. Now, people here are not familiar with that. When I ask them about tomatoes, I want a slicer. I want a canning tomato or a salad tomato, and I'm like, okay, what kind? And they're like, there's a kind. So I'm also doing a little bit of market gardening myself to introduce that stuff here.
Did I
hopefully-
send you any tomato seeds that you didn't have?
Yes,
Good.
yes. Everything that you sent me, there was only one kind of
Awesome.
thing that I had.
Awesome. Well, that's
I
that.
was
Uh,
blown away.
Jessica from Baker Creek, I sent me a box of hundreds of seeds, and that's what we give away every Monday night. So I just when I made your package, I just one of each, and that's what I put in your envelope to send to you. Good. I'm glad.
I love
I'm
it.
glad you could use them. Great.
Insane collection of seeds.
And Chris wants to know if Terry's not allowed to talk tonight.
I'm outnumbered.
Mimmy, shut up.
But you're always outnumbered, Terry.
I'm always, and I've got accustomed to it. I'm used to it. I just get in where I fit in.
I hear ya. I hear ya.
Here, I'll drink kombucha. You talk.
I've actually got some tomatoes and peppers started already, and this year I'm going to be growing super hot peppers.
So was last year kind of the first year for you as well?
It was.
I'm her influencer.
Now, Jen, do you use the hot peppers in like salsa or anything like that, or just eat them like that?
I like them in stuff, but my husband will eat them either way.
See, I'm a wuss. I don't do spicy. I don't do hot. I'll make hot salsa for my grandson, our oldest grandson. He was brought up on spicy foods. And I'll do it for Daryl.
I've got some scorpions and reapers.
Woo!
It's the kind where you have to wear the full face mask when you're
Oh my.
yeah. And my tomatoes are already about this tall.
So
Wow.
do you have all the rooms in your house also growing plants?
Not yet. Not quite as ambitious as Mimsy.
My first impression when I came in, when Anna started this, was my first question to her was, "Is this legal?"
Well, we see the cops coming up when they see the greenery in the
Yeah.
window.
'Cause I wasn't sure. I didn't know what was going on when I walked in for the first time and seen all this going on.
years and years ago, when I was married to my second mistake, his brother was. You're not the mistake. The first two were. I could see the look on his face. My ex-mother-in-law was taking my ex's younger brother to college, and Donald was a smoker of weed. And on the back window, as they're going down 71 to his university, she had all of his marijuana plants in the back window. And Yeah. What are those? Oh, I forget what she told him, or he told her, but she didn't think they were anything. Yep, okay. Yeah, I'll never forget that.
Now, I'm ambitious, but I'm not that ambitious.
Buddy wants to
But I was
know. Buddy wants to know where you sell your plant starts, Anna.
Say that again.
Buddy wants to know where you sell your plant starts.
Here on the homestead, and then we have a farmer's market in the summer.
Yeah, I didn't know
So,
you did
I
farmers
took
markets.
orders, and they'll come here and pick them up.
So you don't have a roadside stand?
Oh, I
Not
need to
yet.
bring you here where I live.
People drive by too fast; they never see it.
Oh, okay. All right.
Well, sort of like us going to Brett's last year.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
followed GPS and turned us down. I go, I don't think this is right.
Yeah, it
that-
happened to us too.
Yeah, and then try
Yeah.
turning around when you have a 32-foot camper behind you. Oh, that was yeah,
Imagine. Not where we ended up, I can't imagine.
that was fun.
We wound up on a dirt road full of ridges and stuff. I'm like, I don't think we're going the right way.
Hmm.
I thought we would get caught in on strange van and strange place.
Looks
going,
like the FBI
going real
coming in.
slow and everybody
Yeah.
looking out the window.
Uh-huh.
Well,
Yep.
well, I have another question. Where did the name Faerietale Creations come from?
Faerietale Creations, I came up with that name a long time ago for when I take photographs and stuff.
Okay.
And, I just came up with it and stuck, and I decided to keep using it.
So you take photographs as a hobby then, or
Yeah.
semi-professionally? You do weddings and stuff like that, or?
No, just a hobby.
Okay.
She's got a good eye for it.
I
Well,
make stuff.
I guess we'll just have to look forward to seeing some of the pictures of her leggy plants on Pinterest or something.
I saw a question on here.
As long as they're not too leggy.
Oh. Anna, Simply Jen Homestead is asking, what will you do, or maybe it was Jen, what will you do with the scorpion peppers?
Make salsa and hot sauce and just eat them. And I also want to take some and dehydrate them and make a seasoning with them.
What about cowboy candy? Would you put any in that? Like with the
I've never made
jalapenos?
any.
You've never made any?
No.
Oh yeah, you need to do, because that's good. That's usually jalapenos, but I bet you put a kick in it.
Oh yeah, sure
Yeah,
would.
That would do it. Hmm. Or even
Definitely have to.
Comes to my garden and grabs the cayenne and a tomato and has instant salsa
Yeah.
in the garden. It's crazy.
or make pepper
Like-
make pepper jelly with it, and then put it out on the table and just watch the looks when somebody puts some on whatever. Uh-huh.
Yeah, my husband loves pepper jelly, so he's going to be happy.
Okay, there's your question about sweet potatoes.
Yep.
Love and Ivy. She does potatoes. I do not.
You're going to have to go to Deep South and
Yeah.
Oh, today.
And ask Danny.
pick Danny's brain about the sweet potato slips. I got some from them, and I don't think any of them made it. I put one in the greenhouse, and I'm still learning.
I know he taught. What first time we met them, I got some slips from them, and he told me the first thing he says. Now he said, you plant these so they're laying on their side, not usually how you would think. You know, sweet potatoes are up and down. Like if you put them in your windowsill, like I used to do with my kids for little projects when they were little. You stick them in a jar and they're, vertical, and they grow the stems. But he said you lay them landscape type in the ground, and that's how they grow.
Mimsy, I think this question is for you. Buddy Nash wants to know if you're selling organic, and if so, what are you using as fertilizer? And I'm going to assume you'd be selling organic instead of plastic.
Yes. Yes, I am selling organic heirlooms and hybrids, and I use fish emulsion and bone meal for the tomatoes. And this year, I'm actually going to try a new little tidbit I learned. And so y'all will have to wait for the video on that. not giving away everything.
Do you
so
catch?
how much property do each of you have?
I have 1 acre.
We have almost 7 acres.
Cool.
So do you catch your own fish?
I would love to. I don't have time.
I love fishing.
We used to go fishing all the time and compete with each other, but he sold his boat, bought the Mustang. And then we have the 2 patient crew, so I just don't have time to go fishing. But I would love to.
Yeah, it got to the point to where I was having to go by myself. And so for now, I just decided to sell the boat, may get another later on if things work out. But it's no fun just going by yourself all the time.
Well, here's a question for either of you. And Anna, I know you grew these last year, thanks to Wanda. I have a Cherokee Tan question since I only have 5 seeds. Want them to grow well. Any tips?
Yeah. I don't know what happened. Mine went explosive. It was wonderful.
Yours took over, didn't they?
A little bit of blood meal at the beginning. I used a little bit of blood meal, and then almost right after they started blooming heavily, I got some of the 911 prescription from M.I. Gardner and gave them a dose of that, and that's all I did to them. And I only had the one vine out there that went so rampant, and it put off more than 40.
It could have been all the Coors Light that you pulled out in the garden.
That was it.
Are you growing that down there?
They didn't do that in Mississippi.
I didn't know that grew in your zone.
The Cherokee Tan?
No, the Coors Light.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh Daryl, I see you didn't go back and watch the Slug the Killer video.
Yeah, that's how you drown. That's how you drown slugs.
Anna, the tinker's wife is asking if you are you certified organic or just growing using organic soils and seeds, etc.
I am not certified organic. That is a lot of bureaucratic paperwork and stuff. So I'm just growing organic. As the business grows and we do go commercial, I will get OMRI-listed, at least. May not go certified, but I will get at least listed.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's give you guys just a little bit of a break here. I want to bring Smudge out so we can do a trivia question. So let me bring him out here. And I'm sorry, but Anna, you guys won't be able to hear him. But okay.
Well, hi, folks. It's trivia time again. And we have to have some rules for this, so they are as follows. Number 1, you can only win once every 4 weeks. Number 2, you must be the first person to answer the question correctly in the chat window as it appears embedded on the screen here. Your chat window may have a different order. And number 3, you have to send an email to twofamilyhomestead@gmail.com. Send us your mailing address so we know where to send your winnings. Good luck.
Okay. So let me just kind of reiterate here just a little bit. The official order of chat to answer the question is what you see embedded on the screen in front of you. So that way the order of chat on your computer, your phone, your laptop, your television, or whatever you're watching this on is probably in a slightly different order. And that's due to different latencies and so forth throughout the internet. So this is the official order of chat is what you see on the screen. And so for tonight's first question, and since we have 2 different people tonight, this first question is going to be from Mimsy's Garden. And the question is, what does Mimsy call her mom and poor boy's dad?
In the Jeopardy music.
Yeah.
Thank you, Brenda, for putting up the links. A Fishes and Loaves Life. You got it, dear.
Yep.
All right. So we need for you to send us your email, if you would, please, and give us your mailing address, and we will reward you in the mail with your prize.
Something.
With something. All right.
It could be Smudge's fur at this point. I don't know what we'll do.
All right. And we have also opened up the phone lines if anybody would like to call in and ask them a question by voice, or just wish them well, or anything else. So the phone lines are open. The numbers are scrolling across the screen at the top. If you do call in, we ask that you have your YouTube turned down. You'll just have to listen to what's being said across the phone, just like if you were calling into a radio show. So, phone lines are open. Can I go back to racing again for a minute?
Go ahead, go back to racing.
What got you?
I have a feeling Terry will talk to you.
What got you started in drag racing?
He asked you a question.
Oh, I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
Well,
He was sleeping.
well, I didn't want him to go to sleep. I want to keep him involved here.
Sitting up here being quiet.
What got you involved in drag racing, and how long have you been doing it?
I've always liked it. We mud bogged for years. Me and another friend of mine got out of that. I've always liked drag racing. All sorts of racing, really. I just got into drag racing from out of mud bogging because it was a little cleaner sport. You don't have as much cleanup to do on your rides at the end of the night. But yeah, I just like it. I like to hear the sounds of the motors. I'm not, I guess you would say, the competitive type. I mean, yeah, I like to win, but you know, it's not all about that. It's about going and having fun and enjoying what you're doing. But yeah, I watch dirt track. I've been several times. Probably our nearest one is about 50 miles from us, and been to it several times, and love to go watch it. I just don't get up that way much, but all my friends are surrounded by drag racing, so we kind of all got in it, and kind of like a little team.
Okay.
So
Cool.
I just enjoy it.
All right, and we have a caller here, so let's let him in here. This is Daryl. Who's calling, please?
I just want to know who your favorite YouTuber in the world.
Oh, well, I'm sure it's not this guy from Tennessee.
Okay,
What's going on, guys?
Be safe and say
I had to keep some backup. That poor boy's just a rocking his life away.
I can't be still in a rocking chair.
I tried to put him in this straight chair and he wouldn't go.
I can't hear Terry. I just hear Jen and Anna.
I'm outnumbered, Chris, but I'm holding my ground.
I see you, brother. I see you. Just catch Jen's toe underneath the rocker.
I told her, I said, I'm going to try not to get too
Are you guys ready for Deep South?
Yes, ready.
My toes are tucked under my chair. Way back.
Yes, we are ready for Deep South.
Me too. I can't wait. It's going to be a good time. So my question is for Anna, and then I'll ask Faerietale Creation one. So Anna, what is your favorite tomato?
Oh,
A ripe
wow.
one.
Why don't you just put somebody on the spot?
Tell him, Jen. It's a ripe one.
Okay. The favorite
It's a
one,
right
I'm actually
question.
growing for the
Jerry?
first time this year.
What, Chris?
I'm losing you guys. I've got a bad connection tonight. So I'm going to probably get off here because I can't talk to y'all. I keep losing you. But
Aw.
I had to call in to give you a hard time. Love y'all.
Love you too, Chris. Glad
Love
you
you.
called in.
Thanks for calling, Chris.
Bye, guys.
Good night.
Good night.
I'll answer his question though. The favorite tomato that I did this past year was a black cherry. It was awesome. But this year I watched Karen at the busy little house with her huge Sicilian saucers. And so I ordered those seeds special, and I've got several going. And that's going to be the favorite if I can get it to grow.
I don't think I've ever heard of that one.
It is huge. I think hers was close to 2 pounds.
And it's called what? It's called what?
Sicilian saucer.
Okay. I'm going to have to look for that.
Tongue twister.
Yeah, really. Say that 5 times in a row. There was a question here for Terry about his car, about what size motor, and was it pink when you got it? Yeah, what motor are you running, and was it pink when you got it?
When I bought the car, I was under the impression it was a 331 stroker motor. But once I've gotten inside the engine and looking at a few parts, I'm thinking it's just a 302 board 30 over, which makes it a 306 cubic inch. And the car was pink when I bought it. To give just a little bit of history, if I have time here, why it was pink. The person I bought the car from, it was a daughter and her mom raced these cars. They had 2 of them. And her mom come down with cancer and lost an eye to it, and that's why they kind of got out of racing. And she painted the car kind of in, I guess you would say, not memory, but supportive of cancer awareness. And so that's why the car was pink, and didn't know that I was going to like it, but it's kind of grew on everybody at the track. So they keep asking me, when's the pink car coming back out? We're ready to see it. So when he came up the driveway with that pink car on that trailer, I was like, oh my gosh, he is a Barbie doll girl in a material world. Yeah, went over better than I thought it would.
But now I won't let him sell it. He gets frustrated with it, and he's like, I'm just going to sell it. No, you're not. I'm the competitive one.
So how long have you had the car? How long have you been racing that one?
I've had this one almost a year now. I had a S10 that I raced before that.
Okay, so the car was brand new last year as we were kind of meeting you guys and talking with you at the various events.
Yeah, I had just purchased the car.
Okay. Very interesting.
You put him on the spot that day really well.
Yeah.
Well, I
remember what you asked him? Daryl?
He doesn't remember from this morning. Let's get real here, Anna.
I have that problem too.
That was Anna.
Okay, this is the funny. It was Terry's first time at anything homesteading related or YouTube related. He didn't know what was going on. I didn't explain hardly anything to him.
No, nothing.
He gets there. He's overwhelmed because we're hugging everybody. It's family.
Hugging and talking.
And Daryl says, so what's that race car got to do with homesteading? I thought Terry was going to fall under that chair.
I'm just here for Angle.
It was great. If I could high five you right now, I would.
Well, and as you know, I don't hold too much back here.
That's true.
We just kind of let it fly. So you guys are going to go to Deep South.
Yes.
Are you also going to go to Shindig?
Yes.
Bayou Bash?
No, not sure. We have a limited schedule this year because of the 2-patient crew and how much it cost me for 24-hour care. Because somebody has to be here 24/7 with them. I'd end up spending more on that than I would a trip. So we're just scheduling over the years our bucket list of what we want to do. Yeah.
Okay, and do you mind if we share with folks what your profession is or was? Have you retired, sort of, or are you still? Are you?
Well, I'm nursing 24/7.
Well,
I'm nursing in the public.
Yeah, I'm not getting paid very much.
Okay, well that's what I meant. You're not you are a nurse, but you no longer are hired as a nurse.
Right.
Right. I'm not practicing it in a clinical setting. And with the way the political, pharmaceutical system is, I'm not interested in going back. So,
But
therefore,
she'll take emails and Facebook messages. Because I hit her up when you were sick.
Okay, so everybody out here in the chat, in the homesteading community, if you have an ailment, there's a person you can ask questions to.
and I'll tell him to talk to Daryl. Better consult somebody a little bit wiser than myself.
So
I think today's medical system is very backwards from what it should be. So
I agree with
so
that.
Terry, do you work outside the home?
I do.
Yeah.
I'm a superintendent with our Mississippi Department of Transportation. I'm over Wayne County, maintenance side of it. Where we have to take care of highways, washouts, anything to do with potholes, dead trees, bush hogging. That's one thing that makes it hard for me to go anywhere after the first full week in May is when we start our bush hog season, and that usually lasts a minimum of 7 months.
Mm.
So it kind of gets hard for me to take off during that time of year
Mm-hmm.
when we start the grass cutting.
when you get old, you're going to move to Mimsy's. How come everybody tells me that?
And so what about Faerietale Creations back there in the back?
I have always been a stay-at-home mom and wife, and now I'm a stay-at-home grandma.
So can you share? You have a dozen kids or 3 or?
I have 3 kids. I have 2 sons and a daughter. Of course, now a son-in-law, so we claim him as ours. And grandbaby.
Well, that's probably good that he's being claimed anyway.
Yeah, we love him.
She had to raise him too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had one like that too.
So do you work outside the house or?
No.
Okay.
No, my river rat stays going and works, so I don't have to. So.
Wait, but you're what?
She keeps me in line. That's her occupation.
Hey, that's a full-time job.
That's right.
And how's that working for you?
Well, for me, it's kind of hard.
Oh, and we have
Mind my manners.
we have another gardener here that has entered the chat. Good evening, old Alabama gardener.
Ah, Mr. Charles.
Mr. Charles.
Good to see you here.
Hey.
Y'all, that is okay. There's God, and there's Terry, and then there's Mr. Charles. And then there's Chris and Jason here, right under Fairy.
I don't know. I think 2 families right above Jason.
Okay. That's a good one.
Foxy Roxy, I noticed, I don't think I've ever seen you in here before. You asked what are the names green, some in blue, most gray. The ones that are blue, those are our moderators. They have the wrench. They have the power to kick you out of the chat. They have the power to delete a comment if it's not appropriate. They can ban you from the channel. And the ones that are in green, they are members. YouTube just started this membership not that long ago, and we were one of the lucky
channels.
ones.
Yeah,
I don't know how
select-
many they sent out that you can become a member, and that's what the green is with Smudge's little head next to it. Grammy Kieran, hers is blue because she's a moderator, but because she has Smudge's head next to it, you know she's a member. Okay.
We have to put above Chris and Jason there on that line. We have to put Elin up there with Fairy.
Oh yes, of course. Elin definitely has to.
He says, I'm not a baby. I'm like, you're my baby.
Princess Elin.
Princess Elin.
Chris said he's on the same level as Jason.
So
Well,
So-
have you talked to Jason about that? Because he's always, tell Chris I'm the favorite one. Tell Chris I'm the better one.
Chris, welcome to my world, buddy.
so Anna,
Totem pole.
Anna, what new things are you going to grow this year?
Ghost peppers.
Ghost peppers.
I got some from Mr. Holland at Higgs Rock Farm, and I've got those. And then the biggest things I'm going to be doing is what I got from Haas Tools. I'm actually a new affiliate for them, and they sent me some seeds and some other things. So I'm going to be trying some of their products.
Awesome.
I did grow some of their garlic and things, and I use their products, but I'm going to try some more of their seeds this year.
And,
so I'm excited about that.
And Jen, there's a question here for you from Moon Farm. What are your dreams for your homestead?
My dreams for my homestead? I can't get into all of it because it might be the question that Daryl's going to use later. But I do want to grow more stuff this year. Try and learn from my mistakes from last year. I actually like to expand my homestead, so we are kind of looking for some extra land.
Farmer Brad is asking if either one of you had any animal losses yet on your farm this year.
Yes. I've got 4 chickens and I lost 1. So
I see Farmer Brad saying he would love to be a Haas affiliate. Shoot, Farmer Brad, I'd like to be one of yours. I need some chicken waters so I can get some chickens. Hey, Tasha.
The busy little house, I guess this is for both of you. What is on all of your priority lists this year?
You go first.
My priority list this year is to grow stuff and not kill it.
I hear that.
And there was a question here about if you would share a little bit more of your location, if it's southern or northern Mississippi.
I don't need to give the city or whatever.
We're in southeast Mississippi.
There you go.
That's fine.
Yep.
Zone 8A.
Not too hard to find at all. But if you blink your eyes, you'll miss the 4-way stop.
Just keep coming till you feel like you can't breathe, and you just about there. For the humidity. That's Chris.
Yeah, Chris says it's 2 degrees hotter than Hades.
No, that's Louisiana.
Nah, and we're just right there with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, see, the only time we go to Mississippi is in March, so.
Oh, yeah, don't come in June and July. You just can't breathe.
August.
Last 2 years, it's been wet.
Yeah, it has.
I just cannot breathe. It's tough.
I am definitely ready for the gathering because I want a Sherry and Daryl and Smudge hug.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm ready. It's like we've gone without since November, when we went to Stiver's meetup in November. We took the girls. That's the last thing we did.
Where do you see your homestead evolving in the next year?
For me,
Yes.
I see
You
a larger
first.
greenhouse. I see some chickens and Indian runner ducks added. And Terry's about to have a heart attack over there. If he would let me do what I want to do when I want to do it, we would be not having a 5-year plan. We would have it in a year. Because I'm ambitious like that. I'm one of those that if I make up my mind to do something, I do it.
I'm guilty.
Right.
I'm guilty. I have no patience whatsoever.
I'll second that.
Like, why do I have to wait?
Of course, when he's not home and my husband is, and the weather's nice, and I was like, y'all want to come bring the tractor? So we're enabling her.
See, I always told Daryl, I'm not a doctor. I don't have to have any patience.
Most of the time, Anna's ambition involves me.
Well,
A lot.
yeah.
I can't get him to slow down enough to do it though. Goats ran it. No goats.
Chickens and ducks.
Some
Yeah.
Indian runner ducks and chickens for now.
Yeah, it's like Daryl said, when he was working, he still had to come home. We had the garden and all that. So he figured, well, once you're not actually going to a job outside of, the home, things are going to slow down. No.
No. You have less time.
Just different things to do. Yeah.
And a lot more of it.
Yes.
It's never ending.
Amen. That is the truth. Yep.
I can give him a honey-do list. He just hands it back to me and shakes his head and go.
What soil amendments do you use most?
Bone meal is one of the big things. This year I'm going to try some green sand emulsifier where the tomatoes were and work that up. And some more vermiculite, things like that. I like to practice in spaces to see what does what. Because, I mean, it's all still new to me. I mean, I had success with it last year. I fought the weeds a lot because of the mulch that I used. It was not brand new fresh. I'd let it sit for a while, but not long enough. So I battled weeds. I learned that lesson. Yeah. This year it's going to be the heavy-duty weed fabric after we amend the soil.
Kinfolk Farms is asking how the muscadines are doing.
They're doing good. They're dormant. They're just waiting. Yeah. He's my helper with the muscadine.
What's your highest priority on the homestead?
If y'all don't know who Shane is, he has Kinfolk Farm in Georgia, and he's close to Ison's nursery that does all those muscadines and other things. So I like to talk to him.
And you hadn't told him your new skill set that you'll be learning this year.
Oh,
in the garden.
Yeah, let's hear about this.
He's got to tell me. I'm not sure what he's talking about.
Yeah, you do. It's a little green.
Oh, green. You talking about my tiller?
Or is it blue?
It's blue.
Blue.
He bought me a mini tiller.
Yeah.
To use this year.
Oh,
that little thing takes off with me.
Yeah, I have a red one. Is mine a Honda?
Yeah.
I have a Honda one. I love that thing. Right. Yeah, I love that thing. Mm-hmm.
I've been trying to talk him into buying me a double wheel hoe from Hoss, and he came home with for Christmas with that mini tiller. I'm excited about that because that might be even easier. I still want the other, but bucket list.
Yep, I've used mine everywhere. I'll be using it again.
Yeah. Okay, well let's.
I like to use it in. Told him he may have wished he hadn't bought that because I might just tear up this whole place.
Okay, let me bring Smudge out again.
Be very afraid when you go to work, Terry. Be very afraid.
Okay, we'll bring Smudge out again. We'll get this other question.
I come home to. It's a surprise.
So.
The whole second garden tilled out there.
Phase 2 of the garden. I just kind of did that without really saying much of anything about it. And it's almost as big as phase 1.
Okay, Smudge is coming out. He's going to have a question here in just a moment.
Well, hi, folks. It's trivia time again. And we have to have some rules for this, so they are as follows. Number 1, you can only win once every 4 weeks. Number 2, you must be the first person to answer the question correctly in the chat window as it appears embedded on the screen here. Your chat window may have a different order. And number 3, you have to send an email to twofamilyhomestead@gmail.com. Send us your mailing address so we know where to send your winnings. Good luck.
Okay, so let me just kind of reiterate there. The official order of chat to answer the question is what you see embedded in the screen. Your screen doesn't count. The one you see embedded on the screen here that everybody can see, that's the official order of chat. And that's what we have to go by. So our next question for the evening, now this one is being asked from Faerietale Creations. And if everybody is ready, the question is, what do I call my chickens? Now this is from Faerietale Creations. What do I call my chickens? No, it's not donkey.
Hey.
No, not blue, purple. No.
Oh, Chris, how would I know that would come up?
Pigs.
No.
No, chickens are not pigs.
Mimsy.
She's going to get you that for that one, Chris. Just
No.
watch it.
No. It's not the girls. It's not truckers.
Wow.
It's not dinosaurs.
My question was actually hard.
No.
So, how many of you watch her videos?
Y'all gonna have to start watching.
Marco Cookies. I knew it, Anne Marie. I knew you'd come up with that one. Hey, Amanda. How are you, sweetheart?
No, they're not fluffy butts. They might be.
Well,
but
they could
that's-
be fluffy butts,
Yeah,
but
they
that's
could be
not
that,
what she
but
calls them.
Yeah.
This is funny.
Has anybody came close?
No,
No.
Really?
not
No.
even close yet, Terry.
I think the closest thing was purple. Eggers omelets, finger licking good.
KFC.
Call them early for dinner.
Yeah, isn't that terrible when you do watch them? But it's like as soon as you ask the question, it goes right out of your head. It's called age,
Should I-
folks.
Should I give them a clue?
Feel free, Jen.
It has to do with my favorite color. I wear this color all the time.
Anne Marie, keep going.
Somebody's close.
Yep, keep going. Big Dreams Homestead. It's two words.
Fertilizer. That's funny.
Yep, bring this black.
Should I give them another clue?
Yeah, sure, go for it.
It kind of goes in line with some of my favorite movies. One of my favorite movies is The Addams Family.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And it's also a way to dress.
It is a way to dress.
Yeah,
it's
because
also
my daughter
a lot-
my daughter dressed that way in high school. That should.
No, y'all are
Somebody's getting closer.
Y'all are way off with that pink. Way off.
Uncle Fester's. Rustic Traditions Homestead. Jen, do you think we should?
You're hot, Rustic.
Jen, at this point, do you think we should give it to Rustic?
Yes.
They've gotten to the she calls her.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
There it is.
Thomas Farm.
I missed it. Okay, Thomas Farm Garlic.
Well, he used the word Gothic.
Well, so did Rustic Traditions.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Rustic Traditions, Gothic Girls.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rustic Traditions.
Rustic Traditions. That's the first one up there.
It's Gothic Chickens.
Gothic chickens.
So you were the first that got it close. So
Yeah. Rustic Traditions.
Black zombies. Hey, I like that.
You can get some more
Go on,
Aspen
rename
marks to
them.
do that.
So Rustic Traditions, please send an email. And for those of you, are your chickens the Gothic chickens? Are they, or you just call them that?
That's just what I call them.
They're black.
Okay, because there is a Gothic chicken that
There you
it's
go.
all black. Even their organs are black.
They're super expensive though.
Well, that or you just have to go out and get a magic marker and
get a Sharpie.
I can't believe that question was that hard for everybody.
Yeah. There
When
are
they were
times.
babies, they were Gothic chicken nuggets.
I bet they were. Okay, Terry, tell us. You have a Sunday morning show. Tell us about your Sunday morning live stream.
Yes, 11 o'clock Central Standard Time. We do a poor boy church devotional. You're about every Sunday. We have missed a couple of them. Certain things come up. Actually, this Sunday, if it will be all right for me to announce it, coming up this Sunday, we're going to have like a live testimony. We want to hear from everybody else of what the Lord has done in their life, or need that they have met them, that He's met in their life. So they're going to share, supposed to share all that with everybody. It's going to be on. So I think that'd be pretty cool. I think something different and gives a chance to hear from everybody else.
Awesome. That will be different.
And
I don't know if I can go for the black meat.
Yeah.
I just asked because they said they're black on the inside too. So I asked Rustic, I go, black meat? She goes, yeah. I go, I'm just not sure.
And what time is your Sunday live stream?
It's 11 o'clock Central Standard Time.
Okay, so there you go.
Noon. Yeah, it's noon our time. Yeah.
And right now it's on my channel, but
Yeah.
before long it's going to be on his. I have a question for Chris since he's in there stirring up trouble.
Not Chris.
Christopher, when do you want me to have those wild bourbon turkeys delivered to your place?
Bourbon turkeys.
It's something weird. He's telling about some kind of turkey he wants. And I told him, I said, I'll send you some. And now he's trying to tell Terry to buy Jim these expensive gothic chickens.
We were in Rural King Saturday.
Yeah.
Saturday.
Yeah,
And they had, what were they, pullets?
No, these were the meat birds.
But they had a special name on them. They were yellow. Anyway, they were $1 each. Isn't that cheap for a bird?
Yeah, they had them marked down because they were big.
Yeah.
And they were.
Oh, yeah, you got to buy those or they'll, get rid of them.
Yeah, they'll just throw them away.
Yeah,
Right.
I used to work with a lady that our local TSC would call them. She would call Sue and say, hey, we have so many left. And Sue says, well, will you sell them for such and such a price? They go, come pick them up. I know one year she got them for like $0.25 a piece.
Wow.
They have to get rid. Yeah, they have to get rid of them. So.
And good evening to Mapleberry Farm. Nice to see you here this evening.
Chris says he wants those turkeys tomorrow. Yeah, okay. Red bourbon, that's what he's wanting.
Wow.
Nathan put it.
The busy little house wants the bourbon. Not so sure about the birds.
Out to Hank.
Hey.
Hey, Hank,
All right.
how you doing?
That sounds good. Hey, Chris, if you find me some of those chickens, me and Jesse will have to make a special trip to your house just to come pick them up.
We'll take him some red bourbon turkeys. Y'all can barter. You know what homesteaders do? We barter.
That's right. That's the best way to do it.
That'd be considered wild turkey.
Isn't that?
The turkey is kind of wild to me.
I was gonna say, isn't that liquid? Doesn't that come in a bottle, Terry?
I think they make the wild turkey in Kentucky.
Yeah.
Forget the turkey.
I'm pretty sure.
Bourbon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think wild turkey is made in Kentucky. So maybe Stivers could help out with that. I don't know.
I need a bourbon red. Tom to go with the three girls.
Okay, that sounds good.
What you got to barter with, Shane? Make it good.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, my-
Brenda's bringing
Somebody
me.
wake Big Bear up. I ain't seen him in here since.
He said he was tired and he may fall asleep.
We watched that stupid cow till I don't know what. He better wake up.
That first night I stayed up and watched that cow for 9 hours, y'all.
Uh-huh.
She is not having that calf until the full moon or a storm comes through.
Right. We stayed up, and the next day I told Jen, I said, we were idiots.
I think
We're idiots. We're not doing that anymore.
I think Nathan has us beat though.
Yeah, Nathan gets it there for the long haul.
Nathan and some of the other ones in here, they've got us beat on how long they stayed up. Yeah, City Girl was staying up too.
Michelle, actually, it looks pretty good. It looks like, I think we have 72 thumbs up. And
Yeah.
that's,
From what I can see.
Awesome. I see 73 and 71 watching is what I'm seeing.
yep. So,
That's all.
yeah, absolutely awesome. We thank all of you for doing that.
I
Oh,
think-
there's Michelle.
Brenda's bringing me eggs, I think, next month. Right, Brenda?
Are they black eggs?
No, Brenda doesn't have black chickens.
And Brenda's wanting a turkey now too. See, Chris, he's always stirring up trouble.
What about
Got
some,
half the folks wanting turkeys in here.
what about some bourbon chickens?
You want me to cook you some bourbon chicken?
Hey, we can cook bourbon chicken.
I got some bourbon vanilla on the stove brewing
That
over there.
sounds interesting.
That kombucha, there was something wrong with that stuff. Y'all, if she gets to talking funny out a while, I firmly believe it'll be that kombucha.
We were just,
The
we were
busy
just,
little house. I think that would be a fantastic T-shirt. I really do.
we were just talking about some Marsala chicken.
Yeah, I found a recipe today for it, a different recipe. Yeah, you wonder if Calf Pow is really pregnant.
Right. She can just say something really raunchy.
You know,
It's just taking her way too. I mean, he needs to take her on a bumpy road trip or something.
after I think the fourth day, I was thinking to myself, Jason just needs to reach in there and make sure that calf is in there.
Oh yeah,
I thought he needed to have some long gloves, him or Paul one.
yep. That's what a gynecologist would have done by now.
That's the bull, and Jason just don't know it yet.
Karen said if it's a business, anything
No.
she take too.
Paul and we are not. Knock on wood. Thank goodness. We are not. Thomas Farms, yes, she does. I'm answering for her.
White wine steamed chicken is delicious. I bet it is.
Sounds good.
That sounds good. I do have some red wine at home. I can make some
You know, maybe we should start a collaboration of drunken chickens.
Well,
You never
We
know what
can-
homesteaders will do.
I got some is it Budweiser or Coors Light left from the Slows last year. we can souse that thing up.
Speaking of Coors Light, I have to tell this. There's a lady that came here to stay with Anna's mom while she had to go somewhere.
She didn't really do that. Mom just thought she did.
Oh, okay. Well, the story was that we were first told was that she came here and stayed. We used to go to church with this lady, and she got thirsty. So she goes in the refrigerator down there, and she just grabs a can out of it, comes in here and opens it up and takes a big drink of it, thinking it's Diet Coke. And come to find out it was a Coors Light that Anna had down there for the garden.
Oh,
So I
my
was the talk of
gosh.
the church.
Oh, Lord.
Go to Mimsy and Pobo's house for a good time.
Oh,
about like me going to the liquor store to buy vodka to make my vanilla with.
Oh yeah, I got ragged about that pretty good too. I came out with a paper sack full of liquor.
You can drink it or eat it, either way.
It makes good cheesecake. Just saying.
yeah, Calf Cow needs a good drink. You got that right.
Yeah.
Needs something. An enema or something. Good Lord. God, they were all up late last night. I was surprised. Robin's usually in bed because she used to go to work in the morning. She was up late.
That first night she was up, it was probably 1:30.
Mm-hmm.
Like she's probably dead the next day, but she's not having to drive to Atlanta anymore, so that's good.
Yeah.
That's a big deal. Drunk chickens and cows too, Foxy Roxy. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, a moon farm, it probably wouldn't.
Yeah, but
What?
Fishes and Loaves, it was the bull that got her into this predicament. I don't know if she wants to visit with him right now or not. How did you get into gardening?
Karen and I got into it because of Mom and my health. when I started researching and studying the chemicals that are in our food system now, all the fillers that are used, I decided that may be the hindrance to her. When I first got her, I don't know if y'all know this or not, but she didn't raise me. She is my biological mom, but she did not raise me. And so I wasn't around her much. She lived in West Virginia most of my life. That's 16 hours from me, so I didn't see her much at all. And then my brother moved her to Tennessee, to Knoxville, where he's at. And then him and his wife are respiratory therapists, and she's also an RN. But they decided that tag team truck driving was better for them financially, and it is. They make more money doing that. And then got them out of that hospital setting because it's tough. It's really hard to work for some of those folks. But anyway, while she was there, she got sick. She had a big mass in her abdomen. And so it was causing lots of problems. She ended up in the hospital. I was still working as a nurse here. But since they were on the road, there was nobody to help her. So I started going back and forth. And finally, when we got her out of the hospital, I said, that's it. I'm packing you up and I'm bringing you to live with me. Because the traveling back and forth was getting ridiculous. I was going every other week trying to do stuff, and it wasn't working. So I brought her here, and I started trying to figure out, okay, what caused this? What can I do to fix it? And so I started researching about foods and chemicals and sugar and how addictive sugar is. And I had started doing keto myself, and it was working for me. I wasn't going to put her on strict keto. I mean, she's 80 years old now, and she's tiny. She didn't need that. But I did change her foods, and I cut back her medicines, and I worked with VA. Thank goodness we had a good nurse practitioner for the VA here that lets me do what I feel like I need to do. And she doesn't question me too much, or if she does question, it's like, wow, that's interesting. Or, I mean, she's not critical of anything. And so she actually gets her plants from me too. So that's kind of how it started. It started like that. And then I started preserving and canning. And then I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to start growing. And then I'm growing and canning what I'm growing and, going from there. And then I'm like, okay, I really love this. I have an addiction to seeds and seed starting. I'm going to sell plant starts.
Then she got me excited about gardening again, because growing up, we always had a garden and stuff. And, when you get to be a teenager and you get married and stuff, you kind of get out of doing stuff. And she got me excited about doing it again and gave me some tomatoes and stuff and got me all excited. And now I've got my daughter and my grandbaby excited about it.
So
we do elderberry. We do. I get my elderberry from the Broussards and keep it here all the time.
Did you two know each other before you started YouTube?
Oh, yeah. Our kids went to school together from the time they were little bitty.
Okay, cool. I think that's great that you have somebody that close.
Yeah, we're about 6 miles apart.
Yeah. See, all my friends are online. I don't have anybody close here.
That's how it was for the most part of our kids growing up. We were too busy to hang out.
Yeah.
And then when our kids got grown and started having kids of their own, we started doing essential oils together. We did the Young Living stuff along. It's been 6, 8, 10 years.
Oh, wow,
a long time.
Wow.
And just I don't know. I've always been her influencer. That's what I call myself. Yeah, try this.
Now she's got me started making kombucha. I had to send her a picture today. Is this normal?
Gave her a SCOBY last week.
Actually, on that, me and Faerietale's husband knew each other long before they ever got together.
Oh, cool.
We used to paperwood, shortwood years ago. Their dad and then my dad, of course, and had us out there as young boys, and we'd be those putwooders. So we kind of grew up together.
Okay, Trip H, what's she show? What is that?
Yeah, what is that?
Yeah, Tasha, explain that.
See, since my surgery, I can't drink kombucha because of the fizziness in it.
Carbonation.
Well, okay, then pull it before you let it get into that second ferment real far. I don't like that real carbonated. I don't like it real carbonated. So I pull mine a little bit early. I'll do the second ferment for flavor, but I only let it stay 3 or 4 days, and then I put it in the refrigerator. Because I don't like it to burn.
Don't you consider J Love close?
Yeah,
Okay.
but not like, they can visit with each other. She's 2.5 hours from us.
Well,
Loving Ivy's Farm, you take care of yourself. Yeah, Brenda, I'm the same way. I mean, you and I've been friends for almost 4 years now. I met Brenda because of the gathering, the first gathering that Danny and Wanda had. And we've been friends ever since. That was the day that we walked in with the raccoon head and the rabbit head on. Yeah.
I saw that picture.
Did you see the picture? Yeah.
Quite scary.
Yeah. Well, the story goes, we told Wanda we can't make it down. It's a 12+ hour trip for us. We had to find somebody to take care. We had 5 dogs at the time. Had to find somebody to take care of the dogs. Weren't sure we could afford it. Hotel, blah, 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 blah. We knew we were going. So we got down there, and we were down there 2 days prior. So how we didn't run into them, I have no idea. But we went into a Walmart and found these, and it was It was in October, because it was Halloween time.
Yeah.
So they had those big heads, the animal heads for the kids to wear for Halloween things. So we got those 2 heads, and we put the heads on, and I think it was Bee Lady, Elizabeth, her husband came outside, and he had to walk us because I couldn't see. He walked us into the building, and nobody knew who we were.
Yeah, with these masks on, you could see straight ahead, but you couldn't really look down.
And then Wanda was just like, I don't know who it is. I don't know who it is. And Elizabeth, Bee Lady Apiary, says, oh, I know who it is. And I looked at her, I go, who? And she goes, I don't know. Brenda didn't know who it was because, Brenda and I never really met before. And then Danny, because we met them at a conference a couple months before that. Yeah, you never forget that day, Brenda. So Danny, all of a sudden, keeps looking at Daryl, and he saw suspenders
And shorts.
And T-shirt. He said, Northerner. That's Daryl. Sure enough. Uh-huh. And, that I still have that picture. I still have the animal heads are in the camper because the kids were in for Halloween. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Good. Well, we're looking forward to it this year for sure. It's going to be awesome because it's going to be laid back like the first one.
Yeah.
So won't be any pressures.
Yeah. I pushed that big time.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah. The first one was we had a good time. It was
fun last year. It's just too spread out.
Right.
It made it hard for those that were vending. Yeah. When it all could have been done right there in the arena.
Country Homestead Preacher, no, there's no itinerary for the Friday night before the gathering. Usually the Friday night, Daryl will set up in, I don't know what hotel we're going to stay at, if we're staying at a hotel, but Daryl sets up his computer, so he does live stream Friday night.
And the night before.
The night before the gathering.
At least once we've done it.
Y'all need to come out to Flint Creek.
You're at the camp.
Park your camper at Flint Creek.
You're at the campground, right? Because you're staying there. Yeah.
We've got several cabins. Nathan and Chris and Pine Knot and us and Ferry and whoever else decides to jump in on that bandwagon's going to be there. John, formerly Mountain Life Montana, is going to come down and hang out with us. Talk to him today. And Hank and Gina's coming. I don't know where they're staying, but
Oh, I didn't know they were coming up.
Y'all are out there, then they'll want to come out there and visit.
It'll be a
That'd be
party.
great.
Well, okay, Jen's over here in party mode. Somebody left her with the bourbon turkey idea. There's my wild gothic turkey over here.
Well, that's where the first gathering was at the campground.
Yeah.
Yeah, in their
Well, it was in a building there,
in
yeah.
a building. Yeah, the one building at the campground. Yeah, I'm with you, Brenda. It truly is. That's where I first met Sherry, Miss Breadmaker, and Rusty, and everybody except for Danny and Wanda, because we already knew them.
Miss Patty, I got those seeds. I think I got those from Reimers. Was the only place that I could find the large ones. Now, Baker Creek has a Sicilian saucer, but it does not look the same as what Karen has. So I went with the ones from Reimer Seeds, because it kind of looked like the package that she showed me too. So
Thomas Farm, would you would you send that information to us via email? I'm very certain we would not be able to attend that, but we can certainly help to promote it. For those limited hour, single day things, it makes it pretty tough for us to do that.
I'm trying to say, the preacher said they'd be at the Hampton.
yeah, I actually have a room reserved at the Hampton and the other motel just in case there's latecomers that can't find a place to stay, because all the rooms are booked up, but they couldn't decide till the last minute. So I'm holding 2 rooms just in case.
I may take you up on one. Cause
I want you to bring the camper out to the cabin.
well, we don't know what the weather's going to be like. That's the reason we didn't take the camper last
Yeah.
year. Our luck, if it snows here, Daryl doesn't want to take the camper out in snow.
Yeah, I don't want to pull that in icy roads.
Yeah, that's the reason.
I got you.
That's the reason we've stayed at America's Best. And last year, I think the America's Best went downhill.
It wasn't as nice as it was the year before.
Trip H, we always need seeds.
Does anyone
Never.
need seeds? Trip H, Kyle, excuse me. This is a homesteading channel. Hello.
Never.
Say Kyle or Tosh. I thought
Yeah.
Kyle was on our
We are
personal page.
not going to turn down seeds.
I think everybody in this chat is seed collectors.
Yeah, that would be Anna at mimsysgarden.com.
Yeah,
Hey, my
I was gonna say-
email's in my about section.
yeah, Trip H knows how to get in touch with me. They can find me on Facebook.
My seed collection is really ridiculous, though. I won't say that I'm up there with Jess, but I'm pretty dang close.
Oh, I probably exceed what Jess has.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Mm-hmm.
Any kind of seeds.
Yeah. Consider it joy. Not sure if we need them, but
Right. It's not a need.
well, yeah, at this point, no.
Well, in
Well,
my proper frame of mind, I need seeds.
if you have surplus, can't you just toast them like pumpkin seeds?
Not all. You can't toast all seeds.
I've got those Cherokee tans back there. I mean, we're not going to starve or anything.
Yeah,
Oh,
we need a
man.
seed hoarders group. It's called Homesteading. Misty,
We don't need an intervention.
Misty, I have tons of squash seeds. Do you want me to just send you what I have?
Sure.
Oh, yeah, Jessica, you don't have any seeds. Let me put on my waders and put my feet up on the bottom of my chair. 'Cause I already know how many I've sent you.
Slowly pushing the seed container under the bed.
Yeah.
Do I need to roll up my pants legs?
Yeah, see, that's called seed abuse, Daryl. You can't toast them.
Don't let Jen fool you. She is an enabler too. She bought me my first organizer box for seeds. Well, now I have 3. And they barely close.
I don't have an organizer. Mine are in those plastic clear shoe boxes that you get at Walmart.
Well, Terry's the one that has to be careful. He gets up in the middle of the night, he'll think he's walking in the yard or something.
With all,
Never know.
he'll think
I
he's
do
in the
get up,
garden.
well, if I do get up here tonight now, I turn my flashlight on my phone to make sure. Weed my way through the seeds.
Yeah, I don't let him fool you. I'm more organized than that.
Trip H Farm has some loofah seeds available if anybody needs any. Make sure you get a hold of Trip H Farm.
Nathan, it's true that I might have to. Are you coming to the gathering, Nathan?
He is.
Well, then I'll just bring my seed collection with me, and you can sit and go through them. How about that?
Barter with him, Sherry. Get you some dibblers and tampers and all those cool things.
That's true. That's true. Big Dreams Homestead, loofah will grow up there because it will grow here. You just have to start them inside because you pretty much have the same crappy growing season like we do. You need to start them inside. Mm-hmm.
Busy little house, I go off of a cue. And Faerietale gives me a cue when I can speak most of the time. I just spoke out of turn then, so I'm probably going to get in trouble.
Whatever.
Foxy Roxy, thanks for stopping. Hope you come back. We do this every Monday night.
Wow.
He has 5 65-gallon totes and a full steamer trunk of seeds. Oy vey. Chris, I'm definitely visiting your place. Good Lord Almighty.
Christopher, can we make it a yearly event where you load me down with seeds?
Oh
No,
my gosh.
I'm just kidding.
I've
I
got
took
to
Mimsy
get one
almost
of
a
those.
year, but she finally started using the art she bought.
Yeah.
Only one piece, and I've only used it once, Nathan.
I've got to get one of those tampers.
I did break down and use the tamper for some sauerkraut. I had some half-gallon jars, and I filled them up.
Stephanie, when we went to our first HOA on the way down to Virginia, way up to Virginia,
Down.
way up,
Down.
down to Virginia, way over. We stopped at a rest area, and Daryl was inside, and there was a lady, one of the workers there, and she was deadheading a lot of the plants, the flowers. So I walked over to her.
We're in a rest area.
Yeah. So
and
I walked.
Sherry is confiscating all the seed pods from the flowers growing in the rest area.
So I said, "Do you mind if I take a few?" She said, "No, help yourself. I have all these flower beds." So I just happen to have a smudge, a two-family homestead tote bag laying in the back seat.
Tote bag along with a shovel and
I did not. They were seed heads. I didn't need a shovel. So I stood in the one flower garden. I just picked everything and started. I still have them there hanging on the back of my bedroom door. So Stephanie, I do the same thing. And if I'm not mistaken, they're all zinnias. So
I love the zinnias, ZZ tops.
I might bring them. Then I'll bring them to Mississippi with me.
All right.
Yep. See, I'm not the only one that does that. I'm my mother's daughter in that respect. She was the one that I can remember being a teenager, and if Mom would see something laying or sitting at the edge of a driveway or at the yard, somebody would, put their trash out. Mom would stop and she says, "Go get that. Put it in the car." I go, "I'm not going to get that." So, well, go get. I'm not
It was a
doing.
good enough piece of furniture or something.
Yeah.
like that.
Well, I was a teenager. I go, "I'm not doing that." I would do it now. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I got 3 flower pots that way last year.
Yep. 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 Shovel in a body bag. Yep. Yep. We don't have an addiction. No, we don't have a problem.
And don't call it that because we don't need that kind of negativity.
That's right. That's right. I don't have to have any grass. I can plant vegetables or flowers.
you can get all the
Yes, Chris. They have
Yeah.
a seed swap. Yes, sir. They do.
you can get all the free flower pots that you want just dumpster diving at McDonald's.
Yeah, bring your seeds. Some of them that you want to swap out. That'll be a good thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I got started with my seeds, was at the gathering, because I didn't have any. And I just went down the table, picking up like one each.
Well, and if you get those rotisserie chickens like at Sam's or Costco or Walmart, and they're in those plastic things with the dome, clean that out and use that as a miniature greenhouse.
Yep.
People don't think about it. They throw them away.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I use
Wait a
the
minute.
bottoms for watering, like just to set stuff in to water from
Right.
underneath. Sometimes if I just have a couple little things to do, that'll fit perfect.
Yep.
What is this? I got undies in the mail last week. What does that have to do with seeds?
I'm afraid to ask if that was. It's supposed to be another man's trash, Daryl,
Oh,
not undies. You need to put your glasses on. You need to put your
Wait a
glasses
minute,
on.
wait.
It said one man's trash is
Another's treasure.
yeah, but the
Yeah.
one right above that, consider it joy.
Got Lundy's.
Yeah, she was talking about her husband Lundy.
Ah,
Yeah, her husband's name is Lundy, not Undy.
okay.
Oh Lord.
Oh my.
Yeah. Heaven's Essential. Where are you? What state are you in? You can get rose seeds. I know you can get the petals. I don't know about seeds. Rose seeds. I guess I never thought about that.
Yeah, Heaven's Essentials. Where give us a location. We'll probably put you in touch with somebody that's going to be having a seed swap.
Yeah, berry trays will work also. That's true.
Oh,
His kilt came.
Oh, his kilt. Oh, so is he going to be kilted for the shindig?
Heaven's Essentials. I can still send you seeds. It doesn't matter if you're in California. My sister lives in California.
Country Homestead Preacher. The common sense seed is a very rare seed nowadays. A little hard to come by.
The gathering is what Deep South Homestead calls their meetup. Instead of a meetup, they call it the gathering.
Yeah, March the 21st.
Brenda,
I'll be
I
there
don't
the
even
20th.
have to see your mudroom. I can imagine what it looks like.
Okay, Stephanie, I knew you had not forgot. I just figured you were busy.
Yeah, Natalie's out in California, and so is J&M.
Yeah, JM Nuthouse.
Yeah, J&M
Yeah,
from Nut House
Jen.
is also in California.
I haven't heard from her in forever. I haven't seen her online. I hope she makes it.
I saw her on Facebook somewhere recently.
Oh, did you? I haven't seen her anywhere. Because Facebook, I don't think she does YouTube. You know, I don't think it reproduces. That's part of the problem.
It's a GMO, I'm afraid.
Really.
Uh,
But Brenda, I had no idea.
Did not know that about a rose.
Well,
Miss Patty is talking about it above Brenda a little bit.
the busy little house. I know Dutch. Paul is coming from Holland to the shindig, and he's also coming back for the HOA in October. Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, you know, it has been a pretty interesting evening tonight.
Stephanie, write to me. You can either email me here at Gmail or catch me on Facebook. Yeah, Tasha's going to have elderberry cuttings.
Do you folks have any last thoughts or anything you want to wish for the people here as we go on?
Cecilia, I do. I have hibiscus.
Just want to say thank you for everybody for coming and hanging out with all of us.
Yes.
Yes.
If you're not a gardener, just get you some seeds and just get started.
Yeah, just go play in the dirt.
Yep. Very fun to play in the dirt. I found my calling.
Okay, well, don't you two go anywhere. But Sherry, you got any last thoughts here?
No, I've just been yakking away.
Just been yakking away. Well, I want to say a special thank you to all of our moderators that are in the chat here tonight, and even those that are not in the chat. Y'all do a fantastic job, and we so appreciate it. If anybody would like to become a member of Smudge's People, just click that join button, and we certainly appreciate that as well. So, having said all that, next week we will be well, make sure I have it right. We will be having Garden for Cheap.
Mm-hmm.
Garden for Cheap will be
Yep.
our guest next week. And anything else on?
I think that's it.
All right. With that, everybody have a wonderful evening. Tomorrow night we'll do the Tuesday Tech. And hopefully we'll see you then. Everybody have a great evening. Take
Bye,
care.
folks.
See you later. Bye-bye.
Night,
See
y'all.
y'all. Good night.